Pixar, known for many classic films such as Toy Story 3 and Finding Nemo, have begun to lose their touch according to so many consumers. Here are my top 5 worst Pixar movies. At number 5, I've got a film that I don't hate, but it isn't to the level of many of Pixar classics. The film in question being Cars 3. Throughout the marketing, they teased this to be a dark and gritty take on the Cars franchise, but the biggest thing I missed from this film was the lack of side characters that were seen in the other films. At number 4, I've got Luca, one of Pixar's latest films, but definitely one of their smallest in scale features. The main plot revolves around Luca, a sea monster who just would love to go to the surface world, but is forbidden by his family. Sound familiar? Well yeah, The Little Mermaid is the exact same synopsis. I would definitely say that this film is geared more towards children than films like Soul or even Turning Red. However, there is enough comedy to keep older audiences engaged. The third worst Pixar film in my opinion is Brave. Pixar went for a swing with this film being their first princess movie. However, I at least think it was a huge misfire. Pixar originally distinguished themselves by not basing their films upon princess stories. This is very much in contrast to what Disney do with their animated features. Even judging the film on its own, whether it be a princess film or not, I don't think the story holds up very well, and it hasn't aged well at all. Merida is an okay protagonist, and the Queen was fine. However, this actual story, it isn't engaging enough in my opinion. The second worst Pixar film for me is The Good Dinosaur. Perhaps this is one of Pixar's strongest films aesthetically, but is one of the weakest easily when it comes to story. The plot is so forgettable that even I, a huge Pixar fan, can't even tell you what happened throughout most of the film. Like I say though, the aesthetics definitely make up for the story, but at the same time, it's not a Pixar film I'd go to rewatch really very often at all. The worst ever Pixar film in my opinion is Lightyear. Often, people will look at the Star Wars sequels and say, this ruined my childhood, all because it doesn't reach the level of quality of the originals or even prequels. For me though, this is the film that really did feel like that. Toy Story is my all-time favourite franchise, so I was very excited for a Buzz Lightyear spin-off film. The feature we ended up getting, however, was absolutely atrocious. It lacked all the heart and the humour and the emotions of any other Pixar film. Buzz's father twist reveal as well, oh my god, that was absolutely awful. Thank God the movie made nothing hardly at the box office, otherwise we'd probably get a trilogy of these films. These are just my least favourite Pixar films, but I do find some enjoyment with some of these, like Cars 3 and Luca especially. But on saying that, they definitely don't reach the heights of other Pixar classics